There comes a point in every trial where the law stops whispering and starts pounding on the table. Today was that point, because the disappearance of the OB book isn't a mystery, it isn't an accident, and it isn't an act of God. It's an act of custodial misconduct, committed by a named officer under a signed entry with a traceable phone number. And yet, instead of the court invoking its inherent powers to compel production, we watched a judge drift into philosophical fog, lecturing about burning police stations while the real fire, the one inside the state's own evidence chain, burned right in front of him. This isn't force majeure. This is force of habit. The habit of shielding the state from accountability. Watch this carefully.
Thank you, madam.
Sesizwile ke ngayo umnumzane Thuka ke ukuthi ke uyasichazela ke ngawo lama register asebenza kanjani kodwa yena ku management ule phezulu ufuna ukuzwa kuwena ke njengo relief commander ke masithi ke manje kokwamanje sikhuluma ngaye ke umnumzane Ntanzi nanku uNtanzi ke ufika lapha epolice station yeni lapha eVilera ufika emva kwa 6 p.m. Mhla ka 2 July ngo2020 manje ke ngicela ukwazi ukuthi manje kuzobhalwa ini phansi register ngaye ke lo muntu lo
Kozenkanselo kuzobhalwa serial number ye OB izabe ilandelayo esekuba nesikhathi makuthi mhlawumbe ngo2300 kuzobhala 300 esekuba heading ethi transito in esekuthiwe Sergeant Mohale with one mail kushiwo igama lakhe
my lord, firstly, there will be a serial number in the OB, and it will also show the time if maybe he has the suspect came at 2300, and also there is going to be a heading which will read transito in.
Oh, kuzothiwa Sergeant Mohale with one mail.
And then it will indicate Sergeant Mohale came with one mail.
Maybe Bongani Ntanzi.
Maybe they will say Bongani Ntanzi.
For case number.
And then there will be a case number.
Then SAP 14A, 14, SAP 14.
And then
14 serial number.
And then there will be a column where it will say SAP 14 and his SAP 14 number will be recorded there. It might be that he comes with some possessions.
Then SAP 22.
And then an SAP 22 will be completed.
22.
And then in that SAP 22, they will stipulate the possessions that the person came with.
Thank you so much, Captain, for the explanation. Now, Captain, regarding the occurrence book of the 2nd July 2020, remember at the beginning of the week, we were looking for that occurrence book. Recall that?
Usakhumbula ke masikhuluma ke ngo-occurrence book ke uviki leli maqala nje kuye kwalokhu kufunana nale occurrence book usakhumbula lokho? Yes, I do recall that.
So sorry, Captain, just before we go there, will in the occurrence book itself also note the physical condition of a person that is brought at the station, how he looks like?
Captain ke ngaphambi ukuthi siqhubekele phambili ke kule occurrence book ke kuzobhala ukuthi ke lo muntu lo makafika lapha station wafika enjani. Yes, that is correct, my lord.
And what will the physical condition that is regularly noted in the occurrence book that is of significance?
Yini izinto ke ezibhekwayo kakhulu ke ezinakwayo ezibhalwa ku occurrence book ke?
Kanti sibheka nokuthi akona manxeba afika nawo na.
Injuries.
And makuyimi angimthathi total umuntu olimele kufuna bamise kwadokotela kuqala.
If it is me, my lord, that is in charge, then I don't accept the person who's injured totally. I will want them to take the person to the doctor first.
Okay. And let's finish up this issue of medical. If for some reason a suspect or an accused person who's in detention at Villeria needs to be taken for medical treatment, already he's in custody, he's not coming in for the first time, what is the procedure then?
Masithi ke naku umuntu ke usevilera ngithi ugciniwe vele evilera sumuntu osanda kungena manje ungaphakathi vele evilera kodwa ke udinga ukuthi athathwe ayisodokotela ke iprocedure ke kusetshenzwa kanjani?
Uma afike ngandlela ukungana afike ngayo sizocontacta umuntu omlethile.
If the person came, if Bongani came the way he came, we will now contact the person who brought him.
Yes. Uzothatha i-register SAP 70.
Yes.
Then that person will now take the register, which is the SAP 70,
Azobisa ngayo esibhedlela.
which he will take the suspect with to the hospital.
And at the time, Colonel, when Mr. Ntanzi was there, it was during the height of the coronavirus, the COVID-20, 2019, whatever. In that instance, when a suspect is taken for the tests for the coronavirus, will the same process be followed of entering him in the register for detainees that are going to see a medical practitioner?
Manje ke masithi ke ngithi ngalikhathi uNtanzi lapha kule police station yona because isikhathi ke se COVID-19 angithi masithi ke manje ke umuntu ke lo boshiwe ke kumele athathwe ayiswe for ukuhlolwa for yona coronavirus ke lona ukusebenza kwakhona kuyafana nomuntu ufuneka ayiswe kudokotela ebona udokotela.
Kuyafana ngoba uzothatha ayedwa.
Yes, it's the same, although he'll be taken alone.
And what is the relevant register that must be entered when a prisoner, not prisoner, when a suspect or an accused person is taken for medical treatment by a practitioner?
Manje ke AP register efuneka igcwaliswe mangabe ke umuntu ke lo umsolwa ke efuneka athathe ayobonana nodokotela.
Kuzoba SAP 70.
It will be an SAP 70.
And when the suspect returns from the medical checkup and treatment, will also, over and above the SAP 17 register, be required that a medical certificate to show the nature of treatment be attached anywhere at the register at the police station?
Manje ke masithi seka ubuya lo muntu lo ke kuzodingeka manje incwadi kadokotela ukuthi naye ifike ifakwe lapha ke kule register ke police station. Yes, that is correct.
Thank you, Captain. Now, we were at the occurrence book, and I was asking you that this occurrence book that is relevant for Mr. Ntanzi to see what was entered on the 2nd of July 2020 is missing at the moment. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
With respect to that, did you personally make endeavors to search and locate that occurrence book?
When I go wenzile ke imizamo ukuthi ke ufune ke leyo occurrence book.
Ngenze amahlandla amaningi.
Yes, on several times.
And if you can take us briefly, Captain, what those endeavors were. Where did you look and what did your search yield?
Manje ke Captain ke uma ke ungasithatha ke usibeke usitshele ukuthi ke uyohamba uyofunani uyofuna kuphi nokuthi ke ugcine kuphi ngokusearch.
Ukhona umama osebenza ngama OP agcwele owastorayo.
There's a lady, my lord, that works with full OB documents, and she's the one that stores them.
Ngayomcela yona ngimkhomba inamba yayo.
I went to her and requested for this particular OB, showing her the number.
Wase wangitshela ukuthi sekathethwe lama register lawo.
And her response was that those OB has already been taken.
Ngambuza ukuthi athethe ubani ngifuna iproof.
I then asked her who took the OB, since I also needed a proof.
Uthemba kang wathi athethe Colonel Ruot.
She said to me they were taken by Colonel Ruot.
Ukhona le ama contact number kiyo.
There's contact numbers there.
engizamile ukubafonela azange angene.
which I tried to call but didn't go through.
Nangelanga lokuqala masiza ecourt
Even on the first day when we came to the court,
ngenkathi uKenneth abhizi testify
when Kennel was busy giving his testimony,
ngahamba ngayofuna ngayosesha
I went to go and search.
amadrowa labo abawastora khona
I searched on the drawers where they are normally kept.
ngathola ingekho.
They were not there.
Okay, thank you, Captain. Now, Captain, normally when I describe the occurrence book, I say it's the Bible of the police station. That is, it is the be all and all, especially because, and correct me if I'm wrong, the OB, over and above recording the personal details of the suspect, the person who brought the suspect, the reason why the suspect was brought there, the times and the dates and all of that. But there's this important aspect as well. The state of condition the suspect is brought in. Correct?
Manje ke captain ke mina ke isikhathi esiningi mase ngichaza ke le ncwadi OB ngichaza njenge Bible lase police station ngoba ke ngaphandle ukuthi kubhalwa ke lo muntu oboshiwe nesikhathi nosuku lapha ku OB futhi ke uchaza kabanzi ukuthi nona umuntu mayefika ufike esesimene esinjani ngiqinisile mangisho njalo
Kubaluleke kakhulu kabi. Kubaluleke kakhulu.
that is very important.
And would I be correct, Captain, that to lose an OB, an SAP 14, and SAP 13, that is in fact a criminal offense, am I right?
Manje ke ngiqinise mangithi ke ukulahla ke noma ke ukungatholakala ke OB we SAP 14 ke kuyicala ke lena.
Siyavumelana nkosi.
I agree with you.
Sorry, why is it a criminal offense?
It is a criminal offense. Captain, can you explain?
Ngiyatshela inkantolo ukuthi kungani kuyicala lokho.
Ngoba okokuqala ilahla umkhondo ukuthi kwenzekeni ngalolu suku lolo.
Makala. Firstly, my lord,
Yathukisa.
it's which word can I?
What's the problem now?
I'm trying to get a word, my lord. That
No,
is-
it says to lose.
Yes,
An OB
yes, my
is a
lord.
criminal. To lose, not to steal. To lose. That's why I want to know what you mean by that. To lose an OB is a criminal offense. I'll come to where the police station bans. Like in South Africa, police stations ban now and again. What is that? Yeah, I'm listening to the captain.
Yeah, but Captain, my lord, if the OB is lost, we will not have the information that is there.
Kuneimali futhi ezirekhodwayo ku-OP. Uphinde ungazi ukuthi ziyephi.
And also there's monies that are recorded on the OBs and we end up not knowing where the monies went.
Okay. In respect of what the court now was asking you, in terms of natural disasters, can I tell you there's a Latin word that we use for that? It's called force majeure. Things damaged by force majeure, there's no one who can be held accountable for that.
Ngoba khona ke inkantolo inkosi enkantolo nayo ke iyakutshela iyakhuluma ukuthi bakwenzakala isehlakalo njengaso ke ashilo ukuthi ke mhlawumbe kusha ke uthi ke ummeli ke khona igama esisebenzayo lesilatin bathi ke force majeure ngo force majeure ke sho ukuthi mangabe kwenzakala omlungu ke akekho umuntu ozobekwa icala lalokho.
Let's break down what actually happened, because the public deserves clarity, not courtroom theatre. A relief commander took the stand and gave a textbook explanation of what the OB should contain. The serial number, the booking in time, the transitor in heading, the SAP 14, the SAP 22, the SAP 70, the entire statutory footprint of Ntanzi's detention. Then he delivered the blow. He searched for it. He couldn't find it, which means the OB didn't go missing. It was removed from lawful custody by Colonel Root, the officer who signed it out. In any functioning legal system, that is not a clerical issue. It is prima facie evidence of a Schedule 1 offence under the Police Act, failure to safeguard official records, obstruction of justice, interference with evidence, dereliction of duty, but instead of confronting the legal reality, my lord chose to descend into the arena, again, and derail the issue with a hypothetical about burning police stations. A hypothetical that has nothing to do with this case. A hypothetical that has nothing to do with Root. A hypothetical that has nothing to do with the OB that was not burned, not destroyed and not lost, but signed out and never returned. This is not judicial curiosity. This is judicial deflection, and the public sees it. Because while my lord was philosophizing, Ramosepeli was litigating. He reminded the court, correctly, that the loss of an OB is a criminal offence, not a poetic metaphor. He reminded the court that force majeure applies to natural disasters, not human decisions. He reminded the court that the custodian of the OB is known, reachable, and legally compellable. And that is exactly what the public wants. Compel Root. Summon Root. Put Root under oath. Make Root account for the OB she removed. Not because of vengeance, not because of emotion, but because justice for Senzo Meyiwa requires a complete, unbroken, lawful chain of evidence. And right now, that chain is being held hostage by silence. The public is not asking for miracles. They are asking for the bare minimum. A judge who applies the law, a state that stops hiding behind hypotheticals, and an officer who must answer for the document she took. Because until that OB is produced, until Root explains its whereabouts, until the court stops shielding the state from its own misconduct, justice for Senzo Meyiwa remains delayed and dangerously close to being denied. Let's continue listening on.
Now, further, the importance of the occurrence book is highlighted in the following. What is written in the SAPS will also be counter-referenced in the occurrence book. Am I correct?
Kuyiqiniso ukuthi ke manje ke lokho kubhalwe lapha ke ku SAPS ke kuyabhalwa futhi nangapha ke ku OB.
Kunjalo.
That is correct.
What is written in the SAP 13, the evidence register, is also counter-referenced in the occurrence book. Is that right?
Futhi ke okubhalwa ngapha ke ku SAP 13 ke njengoba kubhalwa SAP 13 kubhalwa futhi nangapha futhi ke kuyona iOB. Kunjalo.
Kunjalo.
That is correct.
And finally, what is written in the SAP 22, if it's available, is also referenced in the occurrence book. Am I right?
Nokuthi ke okubhalwe ngale ku SAP 22 mangabe vele ke kukhona ke kuyabhalwa futhi nangapha ku OB. Iqiniso
Iqiniso kuyashiya ukuthi khona impahla ezenayo noma ingeke ibhalwe ukuthi mhlambe i-radio or cell phone wash but kuyabhalwa ukuthi kune SAP 22 osebhekini ngoba kune bag ezingena kiyo bese kuyobeka ku safe.
Yes, what normally happens is that even though they will not specify the exact items, but they will mention that there's property that the person came with and it is kept in the bag. Normally, that's where we keep the properties.
And importantly as well, in the OB itself now, not in any other register. The reason why the suspect or accused is transferred to that police station, whether it's in transito, whether it's via a J7, he's going to attend court, and how long he should be kept at those cells will be mentioned in the occurrence book. Am I right?
Kunjalo ukuthi ke manje mangabe ke lo mhlambe umsola lo ke uyeza ke mhlambe in transito noma ke uza nge J7 ukuthi mhlambe uyovele khona isikhathi bese ke azosihlala lapho ke kuyabhala konke lokho ku OB kunjalo.
Kunjalo Nkosi.
Yes, that is correct.
And so we end this chapter exactly where the public always knew it would, staring straight at the state's fingerprints on its own mess. Because this isn't a clerical hiccup or a procedural oversight. It is prima facie custodial interference. An officer signed out the OB, walked away with it, and never brought it back. And while the country waits for accountability, we get Rata performing legal gymnastics so violent they should come with a medical disclaimer, all to distract from the one fact that refuses to die. Root removed the OB. Root is the custodian. Root must answer. But instead of confronting their own misconduct, we get philosophical detours about burning police stations, as if the OB spontaneously combusted out of embarrassment. It didn't burn. It didn't vanish. It didn't fall into a legal black hole. It is with the officer who signed it out, and the law is not ambiguous about what happens next. And here's the part the state hopes no one says out loud. Without the OB, the very Bible of the police station, How exactly do they plan to prove beyond reasonable doubt that Ntanzi is the right suspect, or that his rights weren't trampled in the process? Telepathy? Guesswork? The one statutory record that documents every lawful step. The only thing they're proving is how casually they're willing to violate a man's constitutional protections. The public isn't asking for theatrics. They're asking for the court to use the powers it already has. Compel production, compel testimony, compel accountability. Justice for Senzo Meyiwa is not a slogan. It is a legal obligation. And right now, that obligation is being strangled by silence, protected by hypotheticals, and shielded by a state that behaves as though transparency is optional. The OB is not a suggestion. It is a statutory record. Its disappearance is not an inconvenience. It is a criminal offence. And until Root is brought before this court, under oath, under compulsion, under the full weight of the law, the public will not move on. The truth will not soften, and the demand for justice will not fade. Because South Africans are done watching evidence walk out of police stations. They are done watching the state protect its own. They are done watching the bench entertain distractions while the truth bleeds out on the floor. Justice for Senzo Meyiwa is not negotiable, not delayed, not diluted, not buried under Latin. And until the OB is produced, until Root is questioned, until the state stops hiding behind smoke and starts answering to the law, the loudest voice in this courtroom will be the one demanding accountability. And it will not go quiet. Thanks very much for watching, and if you have made it this far, drop a 1 in the comment section. Please don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe, and drop thoughts in the comments section down below. Should Root be summoned to court to account? See you in the next one. I'm Skybridge.